Good morning. I'm Margaret Bashir, Voice of America. Good to see you back, Ms. Kumaraswamy. On the drones, do you know who's supplying them to the Ethiopian government, first of all? And second, what were the parties' responses to you about your report? You said you spoke with the government and such. Have you gotten feedback about your report from any of the parties involved?
So I'll take those. On the drone strike, again, we only, because of the limits on time and the limits of our staff, we were only able to make a finding regarding one drone strike, although we certainly have received information of continued use of drones as the war has started again. There's an annex to our report that includes photographic analysis of a part of the drone that was recovered from the attack on the Dedabet IDP camp that shows that it came from Turkey. We have not done a comprehensive analysis of where Ethiopia is getting its drones, and so that was a resource constraint. On the reactions to the report, in both Geneva and New York, we received very strong opposition reaction to the report from the government of Ethiopia and the government of Eritrea. We received many statements of support from many other countries. If you look at the debate either in Geneva last month or in the third committee yesterday. I can't say we were particularly surprised that the Ethiopian government would find our report something that they didn't want to see. And so this didn't really surprise us, but they did certainly issue a very strong statement yesterday, as did Eritrea.
And on the no access beyond Addis Ababa, what was the reason they gave you for that?
Well, we had these discussions in Addis in July. They had invited us to discuss what they called modalities of cooperation. And we met with very senior people in the government and explained to them both that we had no political agenda, that we were impartial, that we were independent, but that because of that, we needed to have, as the Human Rights Council had said, we needed to have unfettered access to the sites that we wanted to investigate based on the evidence, not based on some politics. And I think it's safe to say the Ethiopian side listened and engaged and asked us a lot of questions. We hoped that by the end of that week in Addis that we would get an affirmative grant so that our investigative team could go to the places that we asked for, but we never received a positive reply. And so it's not as if we received a letter saying, no, you can't come, but the absence of a positive reply for purposes of UN investigators is the same as denial of access. We can't send a team in until we get affirmative consent of the government. That's the way it works with the UN. And so since we haven't gotten that permission, our team has not been able to visit any of the sites we would like them to see.
So, sorry, so you mean they didn't answer you, period, or you just didn't get a no?
There were certainly media. There were statements to the media by various Ethiopian officials saying that they weren't going to cooperate with us. We ourselves never received a formal reply through our usual channels about our request for access, but the answer was clear that it was very clear that we were not going to be able to go. I would just add, we very much want to continue to discuss this issue of access with the government. We are not giving up. We would like our team to go. As my co-commissioner said, there are many ways to investigate without having access, but we'd like to continue to discuss this, to gain their confidence, to know that we have no agenda against them, that we will be investigating alleged violations by all sides. And we hope that, and we would do that were our team given access to the country.